Hi guys, my name is Nicole Cooper. I am the Director of Sales and Training for Techy. We have been around for about 14 years. We started off as Dr. Foam Fix, and as of last year, we rebranded to Techy. So the reason behind that is because a lot of people thought we only fix phones, but we've always fixed everything. We do drones, phones, TVs, computers, everything you can think of electronic that has a button, we fix it. So we wanted to use a name that was more widely understood, that we're technological, we're technologically inclined. So Techy, it's easy, it's fun to say, and it's been really great for us. All of our older stores are in the process of rebranding before the end of the year to Techy as well. So we have worked with a wide range of different people. So one of the areas of people we work with is investor visa people coming from other countries. We've worked with multiple people from Argentina, Colombia, Chile. We've got Israel. We've done many different types of people from all different countries. So I just want to go over the basics of what we offer and how we can help you. So we are an electronic repair franchise, of course, and we do stores as turnkey. So I want to go over the basics of what every package includes. So every package is going to include inventory, accessories, parts, $10,000 worth. It's divided among the parts and accessories, usually about 7 in parts and 3 in accessories. We also give you training as owners. We give you training for your employees. We also help you staff and find employees, interview so you have people in your store. We start off with 2 full-time people. They're both cross-trained in everything, and one of them will be a manager. We also do the build-out for you, the demolition, the setup, the merchandising, and we also find the spot for you. And we look at the demographics, the area, and make sure it's going to be really a good area for walking traffic and really good for exposure to help you grow your business. We also help you with marketing and also marketing on the social media side as well, which is a very large platform nowadays with places such as Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Google. We have people here at corporate who are willing to help you and do everything they can to help you. So the other packages that we have are a little bit newer. They go into the Techy Overload, and that comes with more inventory, and it also comes with more inventory in the electronics area as well, such as phones, computers, tablets, game stations, things such as that. Our last update is called the Techy Cafe, and they are pretty much thinking of if you put a cafe with an actual repair shop. You have a cafe up front that offers snacks, beverages, an area that you can use Wi-Fi, tables and chairs to sit and relax, or waiting while you're getting your repair done in the back. Those stores are typically larger, and they are going to be the top of the line. Everything is going to be awesome.
What is Techy's primary services, and what sort of products? Who is the type of customer?
So we don't have a type of customer. Everybody comes to Techy because our primary services is, in the beginning, of course, the bread and butter, fixing phones, tablets, and computers, and everyone from the age of 5, 4 nowadays, and up into your 80s, 100 has some type of electronic device they need fixed. So we have every type of customer from all walks of life coming to get things from us fixed. And then we also sell accessories. We sell for a cell phone case. We sell if you need some earbuds. We sell stereos. We have all different kinds of things people can buy.
Okay, got it. And then in terms of the competition landscape, who are the competitors that Techy is competing against? Maybe not necessarily brand names, but like types of competitors. What's the optionality for a consumer? Why do they end up going to Techy?
So we do have competitors. I mean, just like any brand, you have a clothing brand, they have a competitor that does something similar to them. But, we're family owned and operated. We're very close knit. We were born in Florida. Our headquarters is in Florida, as is most of our stores. We do have outliers throughout the U.S. and a store in Brazil as well. We have over 50 locations. But, the CEO and COO are on site. If you need to talk to them, you can. Not every company you can do that. Their family works here, their mothers or fathers, cousins. They really grew this as a family business. We also have customized items such as a customized PBX, which is a call system. We have all types of tailored training, things that are a little different from the competition just because we are a little smaller than our competition, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just we're growing. We're growing not so much slowly, but we're growing at a pace where it's giving us time to adapt and expand so that we are able to put our exposure out there the right way.
Okay, thank you for that. Now, in terms of the actual management of the store, so assuming someone comes in, they want to be an active owner operator, what's their focus on a day-to-day basis?
You know, I've got some owners in stores right now that they're all in. They do repairs. They're in there with their employees. We also have some owners that only do the operational side. They can do sales. They can do, create purchase orders. They can do reordering, the marketing side, the advertising side, but they don't do repairs. So it really depends on which avenue that new owner wants to take. During our training, we do give them operations training, point of sale training, and repair training. And we recommend them to know the basics, such as iPhone repairs, basic Android repairs, just in case they have an employee that quits or gets sick or, some type of emergency happens or they go on vacation, but they don't have to. And we do have owners that don't do repairs, but we always recommend that they know everything. And majority of the people who are owners, they will go through the full training just so they have an idea about different things. But as to what owners can and can't do or what they do and don't do, it really depends per store.
Okay. And then in terms of, I would say the better owners, the better owner operators, the ones that you see have been able to be successful in the business, what separates them from people that maybe aren't performing as well or don't perform as well as they could?
Yes. So, we have people who are owner operators and they live in the US, and we have people owner operators who live in another country getting their visas. And I don't think it's so much you physically being there that's going to make your store successful, but it's keeping in contact with your employees and making sure that you create a good morale in your store. So being in contact, you have cloud-based systems. You can help them fill in call logs. You can help them do purchase orders. You can tell them reorder points when they need to reorder something. You can also go through their call log. You can help them answer calls. You can fill it in. You can help them on the back end. You can talk to them a few times a day or at least once or twice a day and say, hey, do you need anything? Can I help you with do you need to order anything? Knowing that you're there. It doesn't mean you have to be there in a physical capacity, but just being there mentally and morally to help them will definitely go a long way. Owner operators that are involved in their business and not silent are always, I would say, more successful.
For sure. Yeah, we've seen that across a number of brands, and that seems to be a recurring theme.
Because employees really like to feel like, the owner cares as much as them. So not to say the owner, we have places right now, the owner is in the US and the owner goes in there maybe 2 or 3 times a week. And that just says, hey, do you need something? Can I get you something? Do you want me to order anything? Should I do some marketing for you? Like they say, what do you need? Because the thing is, you can't have your store running without your employees. So you really need to take care of them.
For sure. That makes sense. And then from the time that a store opens up, I guess 2 questions. First off, what's the timeline? Let's just say someone's ready to go and they're ready to open up their store. How long does that whole process take from the time the location's found to the time the store opens up, more or less general? And then once the store opens up, how does the owner start to run their business and increase their sales?
So we can have a store open in 30 to 60 days. I say 30 to 60 because, it depends. With the shopping centers, it depends on negotiations because with shopping center stores, we do subleases so that they don't have to deal with the landlord. Techy, our CEO, Bill Darrigan, ends up being the landlord. So that really helps them move through their process with the visa as well. But we do negotiate in the beginning, of course, with the lease being we're the tenant. So it does take time sometimes. With Walmarts as well, we do Walmarts as well. It takes time to secure locations. So it really depends on if we already have a spot. Like right now we have a deal we're working on. The spot is already secured. We have the lease. So that one will be pretty quick because of the fact we already have that spot secured. We already have a lease and a sublease. So it depends on how quickly we can get in. But once we're in there, we have possession of the Walmart or the shopping center, then 30 to 60 days. We've done it in 30 days before.
Okay. And then once, what's the process for finding the location? Are certain demographics looked for? And then also, how are the territories awarded? Are they protected?
So we don't like to be too close to competition, of course, but mom and pop shops, we try and look when we're looking. We want to make sure we're not close to the major competition of the major people who are against us, as opposed to mom and pop shops are kind of one-offs, so we're not so worried about those. They don't usually offer what we offer, like a lifetime warranty on accessories, on parts, a lifetime defect warranty, I should be more specific. But other than that, we also do demographics from our brokers as well, such as, the annual house sale, the average annual income, family size, age range, the number of people in the city, the number of people in the surrounding cities, where are the other techies located, the mile radiuses. So it really depends on a lot of things we look at before we select the location. We want to make sure it's a good spot. We also want to make sure it's a busy shopping center and also has very large anchors. Like, for instance, Publix. We love Publix. Petco, PetSmart, Ulta, Home Depot, nail salon, Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, hair salons, things that are very widely known, boutiques, restaurants, coffee shops, things that are widely known, and then large box as well. We have one store that does very well. For instance, off the top of my head, I could use as an example. They have a DSW in that shopping center, an Ulta, a Petco, a Home Depot, a Dunkin' Donuts. They have a bunch of different restaurants that are well known, such as Benihana. They've got cell phone stores as well as a big thing, because you can get a lot of marketing from that if you become friends with them. So there's a lot of variables. We make sure it's a good spot before we put an actual franchisee there.
Okay. And then what sort of training does a franchisee get before they open up?
So the training,
or once they open up?
Well, training is a minimum of 3 weeks. So we do operations training, we do in-store training, and we do repair training. So the amount of time a franchisees want to train is totally up to them. So pretty much what we can do is say, hey, what works for your timeline? Because a lot of these people are coming from out of the country. We want to be, as gentle as we can, to their situation. Everyone's is different. So for instance, we have someone training right now. Their wife can't be here, so the husband is here for a week to train. When the wife can be here, she'll do training. So we do the best we can to work with our clients, but we will give them as much training as they need, to be honest. We also send a trainer to the store when it's open so they can acclimate them to the environment, because when you're training in headquarters versus actually in your store, sometimes things don't relate or you get confused. So it's good to have headquarters training and in-store training. But the simple answer to your question is minimum of 3 weeks. And you have operations training, repair training, and in-store training.
Okay. No, that makes a lot of sense. And then, as a store is about to be opened up, or once it opens up, what does the franchisee focus on in terms of how to get people in the door?
So there are 2 items that we go over during calls. They have a $785 a month general marketing fee that every franchisee pays, and a minimum $500 a month local marketing fee. Most people spend more. And we have creative director here. We have a marketing head here who can help them spend their little marketing money, whether it's in Google campaign or a Facebook campaign or an Instagram campaign or on SEO, things like that. But that is how you're really going to get your exposure. Also, we do a grand opening for the new stores. Once everything is done, they have their sign, everything's set up. The grand opening really gets the foot traffic walking as well. Sometimes we even have the mayor come to those. With COVID, it's been a little bit hard lately, but we used to have the mayor come and do a ribbon cutting. It was a lot of fun. And there's snacks and food and lots of people. There's games and prizes and giveaways for the grand opening. But the marketing and the advertising and also flyering is a big thing. Becoming friends with cell phone carriers. When you turn in a phone and when you want to upgrade to the newest phone, you cannot have your screen cracked. So a lot of people will come into us and say, hey, I need to get my phone fixed. I have an iPhone 8. I want to upgrade to the 12 Pro Max. So they'll get their screen fixed so they can trade it in. And a lot of the cell phone carriers will send us business. Because of that, helps them, helps us. So we help each other.
Yeah, so that's an interesting concept. Someone from the outside might think that a cell phone carrier is a competitor. So are they a competitor? Yeah. How's that relationship work?
So, there are some places that do repairs. But to be honest, most of the time, cell phone carriers and major ones, T-Mobile, Verizon, AT&T, that's not their primary focus. Their primary focus is they sell accessories. They're very expensive there. And then on top of that, they're selling plans and phones. So, the main thing that people come in for is to upgrade a lot of the times, or because they have issues with carrier. But other than that, they're coming in to upgrade. A lot of times they'll come in and say, hey, my phone is broken. You can't upgrade if your phone's broken. On the iPhone 8 and above, the back and the front are glass. So if they're cracked, they won't take it. So they're going to come to us and say, how much can I fix this for? Because I'm going to get X amount of money if I, trade this in. And we tell them it costs this much to fix. Like, I'm going to get more money when I trade it in. So go ahead and fix it. So that way it helps us, and it helps the cell phone carrier also establish a sale. So it's a partnership. Some people, depending on the store, if they're corporate owned or if they're franchise owned, sometimes they don't want to. And we will get people that say, oh, we can't put flyers in here, we can't do this. But most of them are going to reciprocate. And then other places that are great, GameStop, awesome. They send us people all the time because they have people who broken PS4s, broken game stations. So then say, hey, I want to buy all these games, but my fan is broken, or my HDMI port is, needs to be soldered, or that's broken. And they'll send us a lot of business from there too. Those are two off the top of my head that we get a lot of business. Cell phone carriers, GameStop always sends us a lot of business across the board.
Okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And thanks for explaining that. Now, in terms of the background of the franchisees, let's just assuming someone's active in the business, they're managing it. Is there a particular background or backgrounds that you see, or that Techy requires, or is it more general, more open?
You mean background as in what the person did?
Like the working, before? Yeah, exactly. Before becoming a franchisee, the work experience.
We've had people come in with zero experience. They know nothing about electronics. And we've had people who come in that have an IT background. We have even people who have come in who own their own cell phone shops, and they can't get into Walmart because it's difficult to get into Walmart. You have to be established. And they'll say, I want to be in Walmart, so I'm going to go and franchise for you even though I have a cell phone shop. We've had that happen too. But most of the time when people come in, they have a general idea about electronics, but they've never fixed a phone, to be honest. Occasionally, sometimes they have, but majority of the time they haven't. It's that they see the potential. I mean, when COVID happened, we were considered a essential business according to Homeland Security because we did repairs. So because of that, we were allowed to stay open. Clothing stores shut down, restaurants shut down, hair salons shut down, retail in general shut down. But repairs, you were able to stay open. So because of that, it's also killer because it's like economy-proof business. Who wouldn't want to be part of that? And, something that there's no target market as well. You have all these other retail businesses that have a target market of this age range is what is their major market. No, we have this type of age range. Everyone has a phone. Everyone has a computer. Everyone has a tablet or an iPad. Everyone has something electronic that breaks that they need to go somewhere to fix it. Come to us. We fix it all.
And then a question I had now, shifting focus a little bit towards E2 investors. Obviously, we work with many. What's Techy's experience with these types of franchisees? Has Techy had these types of franchisees? And how's that been?
So I think I mentioned earlier in the call, we have people off the top of my head, Argentina, Colombia, Israel, Chile, Venezuela, a long time ago when it was still on the list. Where else have we done? We've got Israel right now. We've done a bunch of different places. I've had someone who I've talked to from Pakistan, Egypt. We've done a bunch of different countries, and it's great because it's cool to meet people from other countries, and it's also they want to come over, invest in the American dream, and have a business that's going to grow. And even some of these people, they have multiple stores, or they got multiple stores, or they actually bought another store when they got to the U.S. But a lot of people have gone through with getting their H-1B visa, and they've stayed with us for a very long time. So it's been a good business. It's not something we initially were going to get into. It kind of happened. A few years back, someone brought up the idea to us. It wasn't our target market, but it kind of ended up being that because people seemed really interested in it. So we kind of fell into it, and it was kind of a happy accident.
For sure. And that's good to know for people that are interested in me too. It's good to know Techy has some experience there. they can talk to other franchisees that have done it as well.
We can do EB5 also. We're new to that, obviously, with the EB5s, but we have a package, that we've gone over with you, Jack. So definitely people who are interested in EB5s, we're ready, we're willing, and we'd love to talk to them and, tell them about the package that we offer and how we can help them.
For sure. I appreciate that. And then I think one of the last questions I have is that if someone, what's the process for the investment process for someone to move forward with the Techy investment? What steps do they need to take in terms of before they can make their decision, get approval from Techy, they sign, open up, and all that?
So what we would do is, number one, obviously, we want to make sure they'll be a good owner operator. We like to meet our people in person. Another thing is that, with each of these, as I know, one of the main things is that you need to make your payment in liquid because it shows a good risk involved, which helps you get your visa. So we do require that it's 100% in liquid. We do offer financing, and obviously that's up to the immigration attorneys if they want to do that. But typically it's all in liquid. And also that, they're able to run their store correctly. We try and be very open-minded with anyone who's interested to come on with our company. There's not a lot of factors that we're going to say you need to have this, 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 and this, because we say no experience necessary. We train you on everything. You don't know about retail? No problem. We'll train you. You don't know about repairs? No problem. We'll train you. You don't know about multi-store management or handling employees or dealing with operations in a store? We'll train you. So no experience necessary. There's not a lot of major factors. You just need to be able to have the time, have the money, and have the will to want to grow a business and work hard.
That's fair and makes sense. And with that, I don't have any other questions. So thank you so much